All right, yo, yo, yo.
Yup,
Welcome
nope.
back to
Yup, nope.
the the
Yup, nope.
what?
Yup, nope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, people. Welcome back to the Binary Sunset
People and Ewoks.
and Ewoks. Ewoks are people too.
No, they're not.
Um, well,
They prove themselves in this.
sorry. We're kind of we're in a dazed state right now.
Yeah. We
Um,
are.
as you may not have already noticed by the title of the podcast or the slash YouTube video, today we're going to talk about the recent release of the Star Wars vintages,
Yes.
specifically the first Ewok movie, straight to TV Ewok movie, Caravan of Courage.
And
Which
before you go in,
yeah
are the rest of, let's just say the rest of what is it, the classic Star Wars classic or vintage? What are the
yeah.
other Star Wars vintage?
So the other ones are Battle of Endor. That's the second Ewok movie.
Yes.
Then we also got the 2D Tartakovsky Clone Wars,
The best
which will
one.
be yeah
Like the best thing that was released.
yes it's super. I watched it years back, but
Yeah.
we'll be rewatching that and like reviewing it
Yeah.
for next week. And that'll be good because that'll be kind of like leading up to the Bad Batch, which will come the week after. And then there's a few others. I think like some Ewok cartoons.
Great. All the Ewoks.
I forgot what else there was. Not very good at this, but there's a whole mess of stuff, a treasure trove of content that we can sift through. I know I said last week I was really excited about those Ewok movies because I've always been trying to. I'm kind of a completist when it comes to Star Wars.
Oh my God.
So I try to like watch. I try to watch everything, and I always tried to get my hands on that. Never could. Regret it now.
Yeah.
But let's just start right off the bat. It's not a great movie.
It sucked. I hated watching it. Like the first 45 seconds in, the only thing I was interested is the movie opens with a woman in a flashlight in the forest of Endor searching for somebody, and that was the highest my attention was spent on that. And then after all of that, it was all downhill from there, because it was kind of a cool shot in the beginning. I was like, oh, is this going to be kind of mysterious or what's going to happen? Nope, it's not. It's Care Bears in space.
Which is fine, done right. This movie was, honest to God, like the biggest thing about this movie is that it was just so boring.
Yeah, it
was
boring.
like a third of it was just nonsense.
Yeah,
just like complete nonsense. And I actually fell asleep a couple times watching it. I couldn't stay awake. It was really hard for me.
I had my computer out, so I was multitasking.
That was probably smart.
I was also just looking up facts about the movie because I was just so confused.
Yeah, that's a good way to keep engaged.
Yeah.
I was like, I was kind of excited because it's like, it's like a new thing that I hadn't seen yet for Star Wars. And, so I made like a thing of popcorn and I like settled in and then I was more interested in the popcorn than I was with the movie. But that movie was, honest to God, like fucking bamboo shoots up my nails. To watch, to get through. But it was an hour and a half. It felt like 3 hours.
It did. So basically the movie is two parents are looking for their kids and they can't find their kids. And I forgot, honestly, how they get captured by this large beast. This giant it's like Jack and the Beanstalk giant.
It's the Gorax.
Yep.
That's the name of the beast.
And
the Gorax with luscious hair.
And then we find these two kids who are also looking for their parents. Crash landed on Endor / California. It was really just California. Like they didn't even try to hide Like
I don't even know if it was.
I thought because so in the beginning they show the Ewoks like they're in these like
Yeah.
it's kind of like these plains, these Great Plains, not Midwest, but like there's a lot of I don't know, it's not a forest though. Like it looks like Northern California, honestly, in my opinion. It's very hilly. It's very beautiful. Or it could be somewhere else, but I feel like the budget was probably in California. We find these Ewoks, and the Ewoks find these kids, and the kids team up with the Ewoks to find their parents, and then they go. It's basically the Wizard of Oz. They go on this path, thanks to this mythical Ewok that shows them the way to their. Shows them that their parents are in trouble through this magic sphere. And then, it's Wizard of Oz. We meet all these different Ewoks that can have all these cool different skills. Like the Tin Man who can chop down trees with an axe. That's what one of the Ewoks just has an axe, and that's his specialty. And then we find another who's a wizard, and we find a few others. And they just go to this mountainous area and basically rescue their parents, and that's the end of it. I feel like I made it too exciting.
Well, actually, it's funny because you did something that I don't think I could have, which is to summarize the movie. I couldn't for the life of me. I could not for the life of me summarize that movie.
They run into Tinkerbell, a Star Wars version of Tinkerbell.
The Wisties. Oh, actually, those are in Battlefront 2, by the way.
Yeah.
In the Ewok hunt.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's a cool little Easter egg.
That's cool. Actually, I didn't realize that. That is probably the coolest thing about the Ewok that movie gave us. Was that?
Yeah, I thought I liked the Wisties. They were interesting.
Interesting is a word.
Yeah. I'd say good job. Good job summing that up. It all kind of bleeds together for me. Nothing really makes sense. I feel like they keep getting into like, honestly, this thing could have been like half an hour.
Yeah.
But they kept extending each scene.
Yep.
Way too long. Like the boy kept getting and first we're not going to be mean to the children that were in this,
even though they're way older than us.
Right? Yeah, now they are. Yes, but not much about this movie made sense to me. Like, I'll start with the costumes first.
Yeah.
It felt like Star Trek. Kind of like Next Generation, a little bit. Like the way they were dressed did not feel like Star Wars to me. It felt like it was Star Wars, but then they felt the need to like add more like 80s futuristic stuff to it.
Yeah,
like he had like the kind of like the rebel pilot jumpsuit, but then they like felt the need to like give him shoulder pads.
Yeah, and then so we're talking about the older. Basically the older son, the brother. Yeah. He's like, I'm assuming he's like 16 or 14.
Yeah, he's like 16.
He's kind of like he's kind of giving off a Luke like when he's on Tatooine at the first part.
Yeah,
because Luke on Tatooine's kind of just a whiny annoyance. But I mean, this kid
is a little different.
Well, this kid just like he's just a whiny annoyance throughout the entire.
There wasn't really that much of a change in his demeanor.
His name is Mace.
Mace, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we have his sister, Sindel. Is that right? Sindel?
Is that what it is? I just think all I can remember is boy, girl.
Yeah, the girl had a very 80s outfit. She's like had
her headband.
It looked like she was like in a workout video, but she was like what 5? Like she was like 5 or 6. Didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It looked like they took like a workout instructor and like de-aged them.
Yep. They captured one.
It's funny. Yeah. And then he was really annoying. He
Mace.
God bless the kid, it's hard, but really really grating. Um the Ewoks were fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah.
They didn't look
Well, a lot of them looked run
it,
down. You could tell they were reusing
yes.
costumes
Yes.
that from Return of the Jedi. Like just so much of
There was no blinking. No blinking
No,
Ewoks.
I will say that's one thing I do like about what George Lucas changed. He made them blink. I am okay with that. That's totally fine.
Yeah, their eyes. If the camera settles on their eyes for a little too long, it's a little creepy. Whatever.
So it's interesting what you said, where you were talking about how this reminded you of like the 80s, just 80s TV, and also Star Trek. Because I have a quote. I'm on Wikipedia right now. I have a quote from Bob Carew. I don't really know how to pronounce their last name. Bob Carew. I have no idea. But he's the writer of this. I think he's one of many writers, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And he wrote a few other Ewok adventures also. But he's quoted saying, people were expecting Star Wars on TV, which was what we never intended to do. We were much more interested in telling a story that was a more exciting and contemporary version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I kind of get that. Because like the daughter,
right? I get that
sister
too.
Kind of looks like Goldie. I mean, she literally has golden locks. So,
right.
Yeah.
The subtlety is not there. But honestly, I think that's just kind of horseshit. Like they made this movie because there was the whole Ewok craze with kids right after Return of the Jedi. This was a year after Return of the Jedi. That's what they made this for marketing purposes. They didn't really give a shit about the story. They didn't really give a shit about.
It was a cash grab.
It was a cash grab. Now, I will say this though: there were some times where the effects were really bad, but there were sometimes I was actually kind of impressed.
Yeah. I like
by the practical stuff. Like I noticed like you put on our Instagram story about the costume or the
stop motion wolf. I'm assuming.
Well, the stop motion, but also the like the costume design of like the monsters.
Yeah, they were fun. I mean,
I know that there was that rat thing that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I thought that was done pretty well. I mean, it's the only problem is like the first third of the movie is just Ewoks grunting to each other,
and narration. But yes,
yeah, but you don't understand what they're saying to each other. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you recognize. I don't know how they got him, but Burl Ives was the narrator for the movie.
And what else?
And so you'll recognize his voice from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion.
It.
Yeah.
That's
it. So they dragged that poor son of a bitch out of bed to do this.
That makes sense.
For an hour out of his day, diamond in the rough. But I don't even think he knew what was going on.
It's interesting because online on IMDb. I'm on the Wikipedia page. I'm on the IMDb page for this movie, and it says the Ewok Adventure, and not Caravan of Courage.
Well, I think it's like the Ewok Adventure subtitle Caravan of Courage.
Is it
right?
Okay.
I think that's like.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's just different placing. I'm looking at the movie poster, and the movie poster just looks like Caravan of Courage, and then like.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, it's So there's just a bunch of Ewoks, bunch of kids. I think that the ending scene was obviously the most like engaging. I think when they finally save their parents, because basically the entire time is just both kids just like getting lost or like falling off shit and or like being like whoa or like falling into a pond and not getting out for no reason too. Like they just wanted to like extend it for time, but the ending fight was marginally more interesting, I guess, with the Gorax,
I
who looked like a punk rocker. Like he didn't
did.
even look like
He did.
he had these like he had this like long flowing hair that was like beautifully conditioned.
I want to
and-
see him. I want to see him or she in like playing at Maz's or playing music in a Star Wars movie. That's what I'd like to see. That would be a fun.
Yeah, I think he's
because like
I think
he
it
would
might
be
be
a-
too big.
well, I mean, obviously they'll make him smaller, but like that'd
Yeah.
be a fun callback, and that was kind of the coolest character design in my opinion of the entire movie.
It was. It was kind of annoying. It got really annoying at a lot of times of like when they slowed it down so
Yeah.
that it would like you'd think it was bigger than it was, it was just kind of annoying. But the I don't know if you noticed, but like I don't know if it was like super cold in those caves
Yeah.
that the Gorax was living in, but like you see its nipples.
I think
They were like
yeah.
they were very prominent and. It was kind of weird.
it's the
I couldn't
80s.
stop. It was like roadkill. I couldn't stop looking at that.
It was the 80s. It's a different time.
I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it was something that I can't get out of my mind now. The Gorax's rock hard nips. Yeah. Anyway, so they have a caravan of courage. They go rescue with the other Ewoks. They go rescue their parents from a bird
And
cage.
I should say Wicket's in it.
Wicket's in it. His dad's in it.
Wicket and gang. There's honestly there's no reason to talk about this too much, but
Yeah.
so I'm
All in all.
on I'm on Rotten Tomatoes, and I just looked up some of the reviews of this. Given a lot
Yeah.
of these reviews are from throughout the years, like they're all from the 2000s, like 2003, 2005, 2006, which I'm kind of wondering why a bunch of people reviewed
That's
it
interesting.
in that time. Yeah. One says, quote, not available. Another says, is there such a thing as sucks lovingly? I guess there is.
This movie seems like the kind of thing that when this was obviously a little bit before our time, about 10 years, but this seems like the kind of thing that like when kids were like playing together, you just like put this on the TV to make them like just zone out and be quiet and just like
Yeah.
and
Sell some toys also with some
yeah, sell some
advertisements.
toys. Yeah, wow. This movie stunk, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? For anybody out there that has like, nostalgic feelings about it, good for you. I'm glad. Try rewatching it again. see how that works.
Watching it again.
Or actually, you know what? Better yet, don't, because I don't want your memories to be sullied. Yeah, this was like pulling teeth watching this.
Wicket deserved better. Hashtag Wicket deserved better.
In a way, this was like it would have been like the second big disappointment that came from Star Wars right after the holiday special.
I was gonna say,
timeline-wise.
I feel like this probably, and I'm kind of pulling this out of my ass, but honestly, this probably like inspired. I mean, the holiday special, I'm sure, inspired the framework and like production schedule of this. Just reusing props from prior movies to save budget.
Yeah.
On top of that, I mean, at the same time, there's none of the actors are in it besides Wicket, so I guess that is kind of because Warwick Davis did reprise his role as Wicket.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering about that. I forgot to look that up, but
So he is the only OG, I believe, from the Star Wars universe.
yeah.
Unlike the holiday special, which had everybody, honestly, from Star Wars 1977.
You know what I will. I've been trying to think this entire time about trying to find one thing that I actually do like about this movie, and I will say this: that it has absolutely no X-wings, no TIE fighters, no ATSTs, no TATs, no stormtroopers, no rebels. This is pretty just like its own contained thing. And they easily could have just stuffed it full of that. I mean, obviously the budget would have been bigger, but like they could have done what they did with with the holiday special, just injecting random like dumb Imperial stormtroopers knocking on the door. But they didn't. They had a self-contained story. It sucked, but it is its own little slice of the Star Wars galaxy, as weird and un-Star Warsy as it is. It felt like a Star Trek episode, big time. It also just like in the way that it was, not only the way it was like framed and filmed, but just like the set design as well.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting, maybe I'll watch the next one, which is Battle of Endor, right?
Yeah, the next one's Battle of Endor.
So is it Battle of Endor? Like, do the stormtroopers return? What happens? Probably not.
I can't remember.
Given,
I think it's Battle for and whatever. It
given,
doesn't matter. But
given the poster, it doesn't look like there's any stormtroopers. It looks like
I don't think it is. Yeah, I think. Did you look up when exactly this movie takes place, like in terms of the original trilogy?
I did not.
Is it before or after Return of the Jedi?
I'm assuming. Honestly, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, it's probably not even canon anymore.
Well, it is now. Disney. Oh, but you know what? I don't know what's going on with Disney right now.
Yeah.
But this is like the first of like a bunch of shit that they're releasing now that we couldn't get our hands on. Remember right after Revenge of the Sith, they had the Star Wars detours.
Yeah, they're going to release.
They're releasing that too.
I think it's just a cash grab, but I mean, not a cash grab because obviously people that are on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean they're already on there.
But I mean, it's just give
the people what they want.
Content that like
I don't know who wanted it, but
probably people.
I think Seth Green will be happy.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably everybody that loved. Like when I say loved, I mean really, really loved the Star Wars Family Guy movies. That's probably the direct audience.
Yeah. That and also the Robot Chicken stuff.
Freaking sweet, Lois.
Peter. Yeah,
God,
but also remember we were obsessed with the Robot Chicken Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, we used to be. I used to be really into Family Guy too, but my God, I'm so done with it. If it's any interest with you, it's interesting. This film, Caravan of Courage, has a 5.1 on IMDb.
Out of 5? Wow.
Yeah, no, out of 10. And Ewoks Battle of Endor has a 5.6. So it seems like
I am looking forward to that one.
It seems like the second film is 0.1% better.
We were gonna
This is a game changer.
Yeah. We were gonna watch Battle for Endor or Battle of Endor. I don't know what it is. But we were gonna watch that after this one, but
it looks more action packed and scary, so maybe I'll watch it just looking
spooky?
At this. Oh, this is something that I'm looking at that I think I may watch now. And it is, I forgot, I'm going to show you. I forgot what it is, but it's from The Mandalorian.
Oh, the Blurg.
Yeah. So I didn't realize Blurg is in.
Yeah, that's in that made its debut in Battle of Endor.
So I guess we got to watch it now.
We got to watch it now.
Do it for the Blurg.
Yeah. We should watch it. We should watch it together. Instead of like separately, because I think it'd be more fun. It might also keep me awake.
This looks more entertaining than the other one. So, and it also looks way more 80s. So maybe we gotta watch it now.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm sorry to everybody listening to this. This was a rough one. We thought I had high hopes for this review. I was looking forward to it. I was ready to trash on this, but honestly, like,
there's nothing
it's just
to
exhausting
trash.
thinking about it now.
Yeah.
I don't like trashing on stuff. I'm sorry, but yeah, it is what it is. It's not a great movie.
You like
if
Star
you
Wars?
Watch it, go for it. But
you like Star Wars and you don't like trashing on things? What? You're not a true Star Wars fan.
I guess I'm not a true Star Wars fan.
You gotta have strong opinions.
That's true. Just thinking back on it is just exhausting. So this feels like a dud, but we'll be back next week. I'm excited for next week because next week is we're gonna just skip the Battle for Endor and just go right to the Clone Wars stuff, which will be fun. And I looked it up earlier and they separated it out to where it's like an hour each for each episode, but they're like a bunch of like mini episodes within each one.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll be kind of like a movie.
Yeah, that's how I used to watch it on DVD. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want a more in-depth analysis of Caravan of Courage, there's plenty of stuff online. So we didn't want to be a broken record, but yeah. So look out for the Clone Wars review next week.
Yes.
2D Clone Wars, and then right after that, we're gonna start with the Bad Batch, which I'm excited for. The first week it starts. So it starts on May the 4th.
Of course.
Be with you.
Yes.
And then there's also going to be another one that week as well. So there's going to be 2 in 1 week.
And I think the first episode is like an hour long. They say.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's that.
There we go.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for listening once again. You guys really didn't have to, but you know.
Yup. No. Yup.
Dun,
No.
dun, 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 dun.
Yup.
Bye.
No.